there, my flock. The Badraven here with the Drew Drop in the old
Drew
Bad
Drop
Raven's
here.
nest. Yes, we're in the old Badraven's nest, and we are going to do a topic that's on everybody's mind. That is, why aren't people going to the movies?
Yeah, why aren't people why are not people going to the movie theaters right now? Like, especially recently, it's been me and the Bad Raven have noticed that there's just not that many people there anymore. Like, we still see some crowds. Like when we watched Garfield, it seemed like there was a good crowd when we watched Garfield.
Oh yeah.
But this previous opening weekend, not this weekend, but last weekend, was Memorial Day weekend, and it was one of the worst performing Memorial Day weekends of all time, which is not good. Yeah. And there's a lot of people are talking about, like, why, Furiosa has a good audience score and a good critic score. It's a good movie, so why is nobody there? Why did it still bomb? Why did it bomb? Why is movies underperforming? That is the main thing that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I'll start this off for one of the reasons I think that it is because the movies themselves. I believe that a lot of the movies that have been coming out by certain studios have had a certain message or certain following that people call woke or whatever you want to call it, and a lot of people have gotten wary of this because it's kind of infiltrating a lot of different movies, different genres, everything.
All kinds of different.
So people are kind of leery of what comes out that they might think that that's going to be in.
Yeah,
that's one of my reasons.
I think that's a good reason that you pointed out there, because the movies themselves, not just when it comes to that, even like the movies themselves, when it comes to the quality of them, like them actually just being a good movie, like just generally, the stories have not been that good. They've been really lazily put together. You're seeing a lot of remakes, you're seeing a lot of sequels that either people don't want, or reboots that people don't want, or prequels that nobody wants. You're seeing a lot of movies that just people are not interested to go see.
Exactly.
They're just not interested to go see 5 million different versions of the same movies. And I think one of my reasons I'm gonna point out is just the monotony of it. Like every time you turn around, you see the same superhero movie, you see the same action movie. It's gotten to a point now where I think that people are they're done with superhero movies. They're done with the same typical movies now, and I think it's reached that boiling point now. People just want something different. They don't want the same stuff. That's why they're not going. And here's a new thing that I was going to put, was that just the experience is just not that good anymore.
Yeah, that's true. People on their phones.
Yes, people are on their phones all the time. And there's teenagers talking it up in the back of the movie theater. You have kids like screaming their head off. You got all kinds of stuff, like people making messes and not cleaning it up. It's the actual experience has not been that good. I myself, recently, I've not had a very bad experience. Like really recently. Back last year, last year it was getting bad. I remember when I watched Blue Beetle, people were sitting in my seat, and we had an altercation. I had to force them to get out of my seat. I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to deal with all that stuff, and just people acting like idiots. I don't understand why you would pay money to go to a movie to not watch the movie. It makes no sense to me.
And that's a good reason, all the things you're talking about, Drew Drop. Also, I felt like another reason is the ticket prices, which we're lucky in our area, it's very low.
In our area, it's still really low.
In other big parts of the country, and we don't have an IMAX or anything, but that's expensive. You got regular theaters that are expensive. People, they can wait, a few months and then it'll be on video, so they don't want to go pay that kind of price.
And see, that leads right into my next reason why I think that the movie theaters are not doing good, is that the movie theaters themselves are not giving any people any opportunities to go on discount days. They're not doing any type of discounts. They're not
being creative.
They're not incentivizing you to go in any shape or form. They're not getting you to go. They're not getting you to leave the house and actually go and watch a movie. because it's so expensive. Because you got to think about it. Even though it's lower here, you got to get tickets for all your different families. That for all your family adds up really quick. Let's say you're going to go watch, I don't know, Despicable Me 4. You're going to go watch Despicable Me 4. You have a family of 4, so you got, let's say you had you, your wife, or whatever, and 2 kids, right? And you wanted to get all them tickets. Well, the tickets already are going to be 8 plus 8, and then plus 5 plus 5 or whatever. It's going to be really expensive when you combine all that together. But that does not including any concessions. Called concessions. They what gives the theater their money.
Yeah, the concessions.
The concessions are what gives them their bread and butter. Literally butter.
Yeah, popcorn and butter.
Yeah, but literally it's what keeps the lights on. They are going to overcharge you on those concessions. And then by the time you get a popcorn and some drinks, you're looking at like about $30 or so, $25, $30, somewhere around there to watch one movie. It's getting a little crazy. And then not to mention the movie itself hits streaming now within a few weeks or just a month later. You can watch it streaming at your house, comfort of your own home, not having to worry about people on their cell phones, and have popcorn and candy for a little nothing.
Yeah, they don't understand. I see. One thing I do fault the theaters for is like there's like a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That is the time nobody goes to the movies.
Yeah.
Thursday you have your like new releases sometimes coming on Thursday, special showings, and you have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I know that's when people are off, and that's or besides for Thursday, people are going to go those different times. But they're not giving an incentive to like giving a discount. Like our movie theaters around us, except for I think the one in Millsboro gives you like a Tuesday discount.
But literally at our main
Cinema
ones, Cinema Social has nothing.
No discounts whatsoever.
No discounts. Just the flat matinee and regular price. That's it. There is no other way to get a discounted price, which I think that is stupid. You need to have a discounted day.
You gotta bring people in. You gotta have a reason for people to come, and if they see a perceived deal and they can go watch it with everybody. A lot of people would rather watch it on the big screen if they can.
Yeah.
But they have no incentive to come on an off day like that where they can go watch it. Yeah, a lot of people work. Some the way schedules are now, you work later in the evening, you can go to a matinee. And they don't have anybody there on their matinees. 1, 2 people. Yeah. Me and my brother-in-law went and watched Furiosa, and we the only 2 in the theater on the matinee because it's a work day. And we was able to come, but see, you can get the retirees, you can get people that are out of school. Like kids are out of school now.
Yeah, you'll be able to get that.
You can get them to come if the parents know that they can get a deal by sending them to a matinee. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, and I think also another reason as to why the movies are not doing that good is that you have all those reasons that are already enough. People have ways to watch them really good at their house. Like a lot of people have these home theaters, like these home theater setups, and it's like they have like the recliners, they got all their stuff, and then they have it the way they set it up, really good surround sound systems, and they don't think like they're like, well, I can just wait just a few weeks or whatever, it'll come on digital, I can just watch it on my home theater system, and it will look amazing. You don't have to worry about anybody else making the sounds or anything like that.
Yeah, you got a very good setup, and it rivals the theater.
Yeah.
I got 2 more reasons why I think that there's a problem with the theater-going experiences. And this is a big one because of the strike. We had the
strike,
actors strike last year, and now we're feeling the effects of it this year. A lot of stuff was postponed. That's like right now we're talking Wolverine and Deadpool is like the end of July.
Yeah, like literally we are not getting that movie until July 26th.
That's almost time for school to start back.
We should have gotten that movie this month, June. Like it should have came out in June. What are we getting in June? Not much at all. Maybe Inside Out 2, but other than that, is there anything else coming out? Not really.
Despicable Me comes out in July.
July. It's still not this month though. That's ridiculous.
The movies are separated. When you go, you'll have one movie, then go a month. Sometimes, like in April, May.
2 to 3 weeks to a month.
You won't even have one like every other weekend. You'd have a month before the next one comes out, and then that one movie that came out might not have been that good. It just seems like there's not enough movies in the theater to warrant to do that. Now we're starting to fill it in, but still, in the old days, when there was a ton of the movies, you'd have 4 or 5 movies to pick from all the time. Like.
Yeah, you always, back in the day, movies were coming out at a steady pace where you were able to about see a new movie about every week.
Yeah,
especially
the summer.
About every week in the summertime, back in the day when I was like in school, I remember a big new movie coming out about every single weekend of the summer. And it was a big movie, too. It wasn't like no small movie. It was a huge movie. Those days are gone. That's not happening anymore. You go sometimes 2 to 3 weeks to a month before you get that big title come out. But also, with it hitting digital early, this is what really, people don't talk about this.
Release window.
When it comes to the release window shrinking down so much, not only does it lead people, train the audience to just stay home, but also people don't talk about this either. There is a rise of people going to the high seas, selling the high seas, being a pirate, getting on those pirate ships and selling the high seas. Literally, those sites, that is literally the most peak it has ever been. Because, like, you got to think about it. Literally, you can, if you just wait a couple weeks, a lot of people do this. They'll wait a couple weeks, they'll have the HD version on there because there's the VOD thing available. Say, for example, the Fall Guy. Fall Guy just came out on digital, and it's only been out for it hasn't been out that long.
No, I forget, like last month.
Last month. It has not been out that long.
And now they have a high definition copy illegally on the internet, and people.
And it's an extended version.
Yeah, and it's gonna hurt the sales for it on streaming or on Blu-ray because people are already going to see it, And
it's going to be pirated everywhere. There's going to be people sending it. There's people sending it through Google Drive links. There's people that are just like, oh yeah, here's the full movie. Literally, there's people on Twitter now that are posting full movies. It is insane. The pirating has gotten to a level that is just unprecedented. It's way too erratic. Because you did not have that before. Because back in the old days, it was enough of a window to where you still had to wait a couple months. You had to wait. What was it like before? Recently, the
3 to 6 months before you actually get
about 3 to 6 months. But I remember as a kid,
it was a year.
It was like 6 months to a year. You had to wait for the Blu-ray or the DVD.
I remember that when a Disney movie came out, it would be all the way till the next year when it came out again. Or when it came out, if it came out Christmas, it'd be the Christmas of the next year for you to get a physical copy.
Yeah,
and that wasn't no streaming or nothing then because it wasn't around.
But even when streaming was out, you still back before the pandemic happened, you still had to wait about at least 3 months for the digital to come out. Yeah. You still had to wait a good while, and the digital was only behind the Blu-ray for about 2 weeks, and that was it. It was really close together, and it was still far out. Now they are literally like this: is shrinking the window,
and that's shrinking anybody still want to see it.
Yeah.
My final reason and this is the elephant in the room, is the economy.
The economy.
If you can't pay your rent, if you can't pay your utilities, like your water, your phone, cable, internet, whatever, you're not, or even get you a next meal, finding something to eat. You're not going to waste money on going to a movie. You need that money for your bills. And the economy, a lot of people are losing a job, people getting laid off. They don't have the extra, we call it discretional income.
They don't have the spare income.
Yeah, and they can't justify going and watch a movie for $8 to $12 a pop per person to not pay their bill. That is the big reason. And until the economy where people's got extra money that they can spend on an IMAX or something, it is going to continue going down. I think we're very close to losing the movie theater experience because of the economy alone.
The economy is in shambles. Literally everything has skyrocketed in price to the point to where just eating and just living your life has become like a luxury is actually insane.
Groceries, eating out, everybody's hurting. They're hurting because everything costs double, triple what it did before. And it's not been that many years since, like, all come up all at once. People can blame on the COVID. They can blame it on the government. They can blame it on whatever. But still, whatever the fact is nobody's got extra money to spend for an entertainment thing. That's why they're staying.
When you have people literally literally living off of ramen, you know something's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, ramen 3 times a week, 4 times a week, because you can't afford, buy even your meat or anything like that you want to eat with a dinner. So it's all these things balled up together. I hope that there's a lot of blockbusters. I do not want to see the movie theater go down, because it's my thing. I always loved it as a kid. It was always a great thing to go in and not have to worry about the life's problems for a couple hours and watch a good movie. So it's a good getaway for people, and it's no better way to see it on the movie screen.
Yeah, I think the big screen experience is always going to be key, and they still do make more money. The studios do make more money off of the theatrical releases, so I don't see it completely going away. But if they keep at this, there is a chance it could, and it's really scary because I love going to the cinema. I love going to the movie theater. It's a different experience. It's not the same experience. You don't get the same experience watching it at home, in my opinion. And to have it potentially go away would be bad, because I want to, in the future, when I have kids in the far future, I want to bring them to the theater.
Give them the experience.
Like
I gave you when I took you to movies. And you don't want that to end. And hopefully, I'm not saying it's a gloom and doom, but they're going to have to really check how
they're going to have to figure something out, because it's obvious that they have not figured out what they're going to do yet, and they need to figure out something that they're going to have to do. Because literally, I mean, look at the theater, like our theater locally, Cinema Social, used to be Tri-County Cineplex. Literally, they had to focus their direction to more other stuff like bowling and arcade and food, because the cinema was doing that bad. Where they probably, if they just relied on the cinema, they probably would have already been out of business.
Yeah, if they hadn't diversified, because we talked to the manager, and she said that they had to diversify because after COVID they could not just do movies, because movies weren't going to pull them through, and I see why. That's all I got to say about, what the problem is with movie going.
That's all I got to say.
Now that me and Drew Drop have laid out what we think it is, please leave in the comment section what you think is the reason for the turn down of all the movies not doing good, and whether we were right on some of these things or not. We'd love to hear your response to it. And we do appreciate you watching our video. Please like, share, and subscribe on social media. Try to put this out there from the Badraven. Maybe it'll catch on. People will kind of light a fire into people to care about whether the movie theater survives. I want to say, check out the TeePublic store if you want to support the Drew Drop or I. Buy some merch there, and the link is in the description. Just go ahead and check it out. We got all kinds of different things you can buy to show your support. Always remember, the Badraven is your friend. And from the Drew Drop and the Badraven, we're going to let you go, and we'll talk at you later, Andy.
Drew Drop out.
Goodbye.